Devon enjoys the hard-earned days of peace by researching spells. He also takes on an apprentice to help with the more menial tasks of wizardry. Meanwhile, Kronos becomes more devoted to Velthara and converts the ruins of his home into a makeshift temple. As Necrot continues to grow and attract more people, a copper deposit is discovered, leading to the establishment of tax laws and civic duties. And of course, there is the wedding to Helen. But not all is good. It seems Atropos' health is declining, and her time is coming to an end. Will Devon's future challenges be civic disputes? Will Kronos become a problem? Will Devon have wedded bliss? Let's find out now on Dicing with Death.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dicing with Death. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I am good.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been a little while. You still remember how to do this?
Ooh, I say some things, you make fun of me, I throw you some crazy problems, you struggle with them, I cackle to myself, chat gets really excited, in the end nothing gets resolved, and we end on a cliffhanger.
Got it.
Yep.
Done.
Yep, I'm getting good at this. We know how to do it.
Cool beans. So, anything to recap? Anything going on in the world?
Ooh.
Any chit to chat?
I think the pre-show covered pretty much everything. And if you're wondering, what the hell is the pre-show? There's always a pre-show. If you're wondering what happened to, what do we call it? Chit chat. That was the pre-show, which we now no longer need. So need more idle conversation. Tune into the Twitch streams rather than the VODs.
But who really wants more idle conversation? I mean, this is already more idle conversation than most people want, right? Skip right over this and get to the action.
Right to the action. Okay, roll initiative, Ryan. Let's do it.
Sorry, let me consult the books. 10 minutes of awkward silence while we both read. Here, stare at our foreheads.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got a new book.
You did? There are more books? What other books are? It's not a complete handbook, is it?
No. It's the Castle Builder's Guide, which I've never actually had a physical copy of.
Really? I thought you did. Was it just a PDF back in the
I've
day?
just had a PDF this for years and years. I thought I had a physical copy. Maybe Jackson ended up with it. Maybe you ended up with it, and Aaron threw it away. I'm not sure.
That explains why we're stuck in an apartment. I could have a castle right now, but you threw away my builder's guide.
Yeah. So I'm pretty pleased with this.
I only have like the core books.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to me.
You mailed them to me like 8 years ago.
I thought you meant like you only had the core books because I stole the other ones and I was.
You stole my castle builder's guide.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else brought the castle builder's guide.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But it's nice, and I'm using the Castle Builder's Guide for lag. I'm going to be using it to construct things in theory.
There'll be no castles. We're just going to build a freaking bridge.
Well, the bridge and the wall
and a trench.
Yeah, you'll eventually need some sort of outpost, maybe a tower. We'll figure it out.
So we'll have rules to determine how long it takes to dig our hole.
Yes. And I don't know if any of that stuff will come to play here. Probably not, but maybe. That's all I've got for you for news. Other than, Mad Monk is spotted, other than the fact that I have a mild laceration across my forehead.
Have you already explained to your dear viewers how you drilled the hole in your face?
I have not. Hoping I could just leave it be and not address it.
We can just leave it be. We can let their imaginations run wild.
Yeah, why don't you guys tweet at me at Koibu0 what you think this head wound comes from, and the winner will feel satisfaction at being right and get 0 prizes.
Which page of the monstrous manual took a bite out of his head?
Yeah. Happy marriage. Oof. Yeah, that's the closest one to being right. Anyway, Devon, you are in Necrot. It is...
Do we have a calendar?
Oh, my leg. here we go. Bon. Is it January? I think it's January. Yeah.
Might have skipped some time.
It's January. The Wary of Johns. Get us some nice festive January music. Okay. So, Devon, it's cozy. The new year has come. During these winter months, life is a little bit more slow. There's less field work to do. The animals, of course, still need to be grazed, and so your family, in particular, doesn't notice much difference other than heavier boots. Everyone's walking around wearing Uggs because they're super comfortable, and you've got lots of fur available. It's the high fashion of the day, burlap cloaks and Uggs.
Wow.
Yeah. This is my fantasy right here. I get to make it come true. And then socks and sandals when you're not wearing the Uggs. You have some vague plans about delving into the...
Well, there was something about dwarves. We were going to go visit the dwarves and try and persuade them to come back and... yeah.
Yes.
Build things. I don't know what we need dwarves to build, but...
Maybe your tower that you had wanted, or anything that you wanted to exist beyond a heavy rainstorm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not that you get a lot of heavy rain out here in these hills. It's a desert, to be sure. Oh. One cozy January morning, Devon is snuggled away in his bachelor pad. Bachelor for much longer, but you might as well take a little time you have. The giant has moved into the cave, and I believe the smith now has his own residence, so you need not share your apartment with anyone.
The giant was going to set up a temple of vengeance at the old Cyclops cave, right? Is he still going to live here, or is that just his home away from home?
No problem. I don't think he's decided at this point in time, but it would be weird to set up a temple way out in the middle of nowhere and then not have it manned at all points in time.
Right. He will need my help moving the blood fountain.
Yeah.
So he doesn't accidentally blow himself up. And maybe that's a safer place to keep the cockatrice pit.
Yeah.
But we can discuss.
Oh.
There's always more spells to learn, and then we have our experiments with the with mining the plane of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So
we got
where to begin?
Dwarves. Sorry.
I think the dwarves will probably wait till weather gets better, but dwarves. I hear. Are those dice or is that electronic ticking? Are you jostling cables? Oh yeah, I can't hear you. You jiggled your cable. Please subscribe to his Patreon so that he can afford a new USB cable.
For only $1 a day, you can support a streamer in the United States.
It takes way more than that to live in Boulder in 2020.
If only 1,000 of you give $1 a day.
This poor streamer can afford his craft beer in Boulder.
Imported all the way from Washington or from the local area. Dude, that Disco Wolf was so good. They also have a Space T-Rex beer from Fremont. Both of those are delicious. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've had them, but they're so good.
Maybe not those specifics, but sounds delicious. I can imagine what a Space Wolf tastes like.
No, it's Space T-Rex and Disco Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Space Wolf would be a pretty cool idea too.
Yeah.
Spells, Mining the elemental plane of Earth. All right. So you said dwarves wait for warmer weather.
Yeah, it just seems ill-advised to be traveling across the land. I mean, I guess I've got Uggs, so do I really need to worry about the weather?
Well, you know, some areas between here and where you might want to go could be like really muddy, and the Uggs don't do well in mud. You know?
They won't freeze over? I can't just like walk across the swamp?
No, it won't freeze over. It'll just get like wet and damp and gross.
Slushy.
Yeah, and the Uggs have such a high surface area on the bottom that they're gonna like get a lot of mud stuck to them. They're gonna weigh a lot. It'll be, you know.
They seem like really inefficient shoes.
They are not great for travel, but they are wonderful for hanging around the house. Yeah. Well, spells? What spells do you want to spell?
I want to learn Maximilian Stone Grasp. I might actually need to learn tongues if I'm going to talk to dwarves, because I don't think I have any languages. I'm not sure. Skills. Language is 5. That's what I have written under languages. The
Nice.
number 5. That's how many language slots I have, but I don't think I picked any. All right. Well, let's do some studying, I suppose.
Yeah. Let's dig in.
All right, my spell learn chance is 70. Looks like we did some spell learning last time. Oh no!
Maximilian's Earthen Grasp is not learned by our beloved wizard.
It's a shame. That was an idea in my mining plans, but
Well, there may be a way yet to learn it through more complicated means.
waiting until I level up.
Is this one of the things out of Seltzer's?
No, this is in Adia's tablets.
Oh.
5 days. However, in this time, we can be experimenting with the plane of Earth.
Yeah.
On the outskirts of town, Devon and his apprentice. Now, when I say go, you cast your hold portal spell.
Nods enthusiastically.
She?
She?
It's your NPC.
You know, I don't
It does
see
have sex
gender.
female. Level 0, speed 0. She has stats and some spells.
Nice. Oh, this is a... You made a character sheet for her?
Mm-hmm.
Did you do this?
I think you did. We did? Together? I don't know.
You have stats? She's got stats and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have no recollection of creating this thing.
All right.
All right.
So Devon lies on the ground with a piece of chalk. Maybe a paintbrush. I don't know which is more thematic. Probably chalk.
Mm-hmm.
And draws 20-foot radius? How do you draw a 20-foot radius chalk hole in casting time 4? You just draw a little circle and then it goes whoop, 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 whoop. How did you imagine the casting of the spell looking? Or do you have to run really fast in a 20-foot radius circle?
Well, you've got a minute to cast it, right?
Can you draw a circle with a...
Piece of chalk?
that's 20 foot in radius?
What spell is this that you're casting?
Minor Gateway. This is one that you invented.
Right.
That's what I was asking. So let's see. Pi times 20 squared. That's faster than a PC can move in a combat round to draw the whole radius of the circle.
What?
1,200 feet is the radius of said circle. So I think it is impossible to trace out the circumference of the gateway.
A 20-foot radius really has a 1,200-foot circumference? That's like a quarter of a mile.
Yeah. Right?
But a 20-foot radius isn't that big.
Oh, that's the area. That's the area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, diameter pi.
That should
there
be
we
a
go.
times,
Woo.
not a square. Whew.
I was gonna
There
say
we
that
go.
seems a little
125 feet.
there. Oh.
All right.
PhD in engineering, everybody.
Yeah, but I can't type. The little caret thing.
Right, it was the typing that got the wrong formula.
There we go. 125 feet.
Yeah, totally reasonable to do.
What?
Just every day, it's like 5 text messages. Have you voted yet? Have you voted on this topic the way that I want you to vote? I don't know
They're
if you
spam, right? They're like, I get them, but they're addressed to the wrong person.
Yeah, they're always addressed to
mine are-
Lauren when I get them. It's weird as shit, dude.
She's on your cell phone plan or something, right?
No.
Okay, I've still
Not
got like
even.
my childhood phone number, so I'll often get like to my parents. Sometimes my sister even.
She gets
think-
them messaged to her mom, like her mom's name is Jill, so they come to her as to Jill, and they come to me as to Lauren, but we don't have any shared cell phone information anywhere. Weird. Yeah. What's
Okay.
the reptilians?
So I can draw it in the air. Is there a way to invert it? Let's see. Like, it seems to open away from the caster, but can I draw it and then position myself? I don't think you've thought through this AoE. Or the way that the cast... I don't think we could trace the whole AoE, because typically you imagine it in front, and then it opening outward away from the caster, right?
Caster draws in the air a portal or doorway, which then briefly opens to one of the 4 elemental planes, letting the run.
Maybe the portal is small, but like the area of effect is larger. Like, so the plane of fire, like you just draw a small portal, but the flames spew out 20 feet.
Yeah. So you don't need to draw a 20-foot radius area. You draw the doorway through that will open.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't need to be a 20-foot radius circle that you're drawing. You just like trace the outline of a doorway through which you link the plane, the elemental plane.
Okay. Gotcha. Why did I want it to open upwards? I guess that's not as important now that I think about it.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that was me imagining, like, making it grow taller. So I can just draw it at any dimension. And at the same instant that I cast it, my apprentice casts Hold Portal to hold it open for a full minute. And actually, I think we've already done... Have we already done this?
I think this will be the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So I would like the portal to make a save versus spell to be held open, because I think this is some like new magic that we're doing here and some exploration. Granted, if it fails, you can just come back and try it again. So this is in effect going to be like, how long does it take for you guys to make the process work out?
But every time it is cast, there is a non-zero chance of accidentally summoning an earth elemental or something.
Yes. So we'll call this rock versus
spell?
Yeah, I would love that, but unfortunately when it comes to physical materials, it's just acid, crushing blow, disintegration, falling, magical fire, normal fire, cold, bolt, and electric. Which is weird that bolt and electric are different.
I don't know what bolt is.
Lightning bolt. Which is different from electricity, weirdly enough. So why don't I just have you make a saving throw versus spell, because you're the one holding open the portal? Or maybe the hold portal person makes the saving throw versus spell? Because you want the save should get better as you are higher in level.
Okay.
So I think you're
my level 1 apprentice making a saving throw versus spell.
Yeah, to try and hold open the portal.
So level 1 wizard, it's probably like 15 save versus spell.
Probably.
Double check. Might actually be better than that, but wizard level 1, 12.
Oh, that's quite good, actually.
Success.
There we go. All
So
right.
does this indeed work?
Yes, it does. The portal would normally collapse moments after it opened. This time it hovers, or not hovers, but like it maintains its form for, what is hold person? 2 rounds? Or hold portal? 1 round per level? All right, you got a minute, Ryan.
Yeah.
Go.
Probably not much happens this time. Would you describe a portal as an object?
I think that depends on the type of portal. Do you mean this portal?
This portal.
This portal doesn't have much form to it. It's more like a wormhole, which is, an object. It doesn't really have any sides. You can't, like, touch the portal. You can just go through the portal. I don't know if I would call this an object. I don't think so. Is there a...
So it could not be enlarged?
Oh.
Spell causes instant growth of a creature or object. In size and weight.
Well, the hole has dimensions. They're not necessarily tangible. But if you can enlarge... I think that might work. Yeah. Throw an enlarge on it, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a saving throw versus spell.
Playing with interdimensional space, what could go wrong?
Just bigger earth elementals can come through.
How is my... I guess wizards don't really get saves very quickly, do they? Oh, that should be
Every 6 levels?
Oh, I think I haven't updated my saving throws.
Yeah, it should be 13, 9, 11, 13, 10.
Oh, I'm a fighter wizard, but still, I think my saving throw versus spell should be even better.
Yeah, you're at least a
Right, 'cause
level
I'm
6 wizard.
I just hit level 6. I don't think I updated my saving throws. And I have a scarab +1, so my saving throws should actually be 9 versus spell.
Yes. 13 versus breath weapon. 11 versus petrification polymorph. 9 rod staffs wands. And then your fighter level should determine your death.
Yeah.
Probably 11?
Yeah, but I have +1 from the scarab.
Oh.
And yeah, so let's see. And it also determines, actually breath weapon is the same for now. Cool. So the portal enlarges
Yes, it
by
grows.
60%. And then fizzles.
Mm-hmm.
Snaps shut.
Yes, with a thunderous clap and a shaking of the earth around you, the whole portal vibrates. People
Did
probably
I see... Oh,
people probably
Right.
heard this sound echoing for miles around. Don't be surprised if people are asking you what's up when you get back to town.
yeah. Do I in fact see the same riches that I saw last time? Are
Not
there
the
like...
exact same. You have clearly opened it to a different place in the elemental plane of Earth. But you
gems and mineral
Yeah.
deposits, precious metals?
This time you come across a vein of, it's either silver or iron. It's some sort of like, you bisect it in the middle of the vein so that it has like the outside, which is like the oxidized or corrupted part, isn't showing, but like the very core of the solid metals are. And it's a wondrous, lustrous, silvery shine.
And then gone before my eyes.
And as the portal expanded, you could see some areas of like more rocky nature and some areas of a more dirty nature. Showing you a mix of earth types all sort of jumbled around.
If I have my hands enchanted by Fist of Stone, can I still cast spells? They still have like the agility to do somatic components, right?
Totes.
Okay. So I think the plan next time we do this, and in fact, I can probably... Well, no, my apprentice, is she doing the spell slot system? Or, she's not doing... She won't do the spell points?
Yeah, she's doing slots.
Okay. So we'd be willing to wait a day for her to rememorize her hold portal.
Mm-hmm.
I think the plan next time will be for me to have double fists of stone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open the plane of earth, she'll hold portal it, and then I'll have a minute to punch some rocks free or tear them free. I had considered inventing like disintegrating claws to dig, but I think 18-100 strength will have to do for now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I could also like, do I think a fireball would be more effective at excavating than my fists of stone? Can I apply an intelligence check to... Sorry, hold on. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Welcome to Married Life Chat. It's wonderful, but it does become the priority that overrides everything else. Wouldn't trade it for the world. Love it. But it does become the top priority, which is sort of the point. I guess we are doing love bites in the middle of dicing with death. Blink twice if you're being held hostage. I'm only being held hostage by my own heart. Stanless. Need it for D&D is the real question. Why? I don't need to. I have both. I have more D&D than I can handle, and closest thing to a perfect marriage as you can get. Oh, he's smiling. Who knows what's happening in this conversation? Don't blink if you need help. Is Dicing with Death gonna get interrupted when Devon's wife calls him too? Can you imagine Devon's out there fighting an ogre or a troll, and he just hears his wife's voice coming across the breeze? Devon, sweetie, it's dinner time, and he's got to like abandon his match with the, evil troll in order to go home and check in on his wife. Sounds pretty amazing. Dungeons and marital matters. Ugh. See, this is that same realm of wedding episode, which I just don't think really works well for the D&D archetype, We'd have to create a whole separate, like, marriage and... Ooh, what's another good M word that could describe marriage? Like marriage and matriculation? It's not quite... no, matriculation. Matriculating is really having to do with the school system. Marriage and monsters. Monsters in marriage. Ooh. Marriage and murder. Marriage and matrimony. I don't know. Marriage and monogamy. Marriage and Malachi. Ooh. Oh, look at that frazzled face. Yo, what's up?
Yo. All right. Where were we?
We were discussing what sort of D&D show we could run. Maybe marriage and matriarchs, or marriage and monsters in marriage.
I don't know if this sounds like fun.
Yeah, No, this is why we were brainstorming, because we had no good ideas. Anyway, where you and I left off, you were talking about casting spells, about opening portals and delving out their contents.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I was asking to roll an intelligence check to see if I can determine the most effective way to excavate.
Yes, well, please do so.
Yeah.
You
that
succeed.
Is a success. Would an 18-100 strength fist, or even double 18-100 strength fists, be effective compared to a fireball, or...
Probably more effective than a fireball, which would probably just hit the wall and scorch it and blow back towards you, but not necessarily, disturb the earth all that much. Mm-hmm. If you were to, like, drill into it and then explode the fireball inside the area that you drilled, then maybe you could
surely
burst
the wall
it.
Wasn't perfect. There had to be, like, cracks and stuff running into it, right? Could I, like, aim the fireball down a crack?
I think it would require a certain amount of excavation. Like, you'd need a drill over there to drill a proper hole to explode.
Okay. All right. So then we'll go with the Fists of Stone plan.
Yes.
And in future, we can, like, gather giants and heifers and give them picks and take a minute to... Actually, might as well do that tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to try it again, I will fetch heifer for a quick minute. Is Kronos nearby, or is he off to his temple?
That's a great question. He is nearby.
Okay. So I'll grab Kronos and heifer, tell them that I need their help for a minute, and we will try this again.
The next day.
Yeah, I will cast 2 Fists of Stone, 1 on each fist. And then Apprentice and myself will repeat.
Yeah. I think since you've passed your saves on this, you know how to hold the portal open, and we don't need to repeat the save. It's been learned as a process.
I was all ready to hand her my scarab to give her a +1 on that save, but not necessary.
No, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's you learn how to interact with the magics well enough that you can sort of do it, and you just happen to pass them all on the first try.
So we will once again open a portal to the elemental plane of Earth. A minor gateway. Cast a hold portal on it to open it up.
It is held.
Dig for 1 minute like our hearts depend on it.
All right. You will see the earth that is here. You will see metals and minerals and gem deposits. Let's see what it is that you're gonna pull out of here. Just need a moment to make a quick table of earth elemental contents.
Just roll on one of the treasure tables or something.
Yeah. So, gems. All right, why don't you roll me 2d8 and we will determine what it is that you pull on out.
8.
You pull out a semi-precious metal. I think the deposit that you see before you today is going to be copper.
Okay. There already is a copper mine nearby, but... Probably not that useful. 1 minute of 3 super strong dudes pulling out copper is probably pales in comparison to what a mine will haul out in a day.
Right. That's true. But it is an opportunity to get samples, to probably get like nice high quality copper, not this like, dirty ore that you really have to smelt out, but like a chunk of copper that is practically rock free. So you won't maybe not get a lot out, but you'll get a nice chunk of high quality, low work to purify.
Okay. And I think Devon will investigate this and see if any of his wizardly tests can discern it from typical copper. Well, so I guess the first question is, what happens when the portal closes? Does the portal close and the copper left outside of it?
Stays outside. You pull some shit out, and then the portal begins to contract, and everyone pulls back immediately, not wanting to find out the hard way what happens when your hand is through a portal when it closes. And you're left with some nice chunks of copper lying around and some dirt. And everyone looks back and forth at each other, and there's some patting on the backs all around, the giant trying to be gentle with you.
Excuse me, I have 18-100 strength. I try to be gentle with him. Twice 18-100 strength. Is that 36-200?
Yeah, sure, why not? Why not?
All right. I think Devon will hang on to this copper for a little while before turning it over to Heifer. What are you writing?
I am filling out our Earth Elemental mining table. With different entries for between 2 and 16.
Yeah.
I broke it down by a large category, and I'm just filling in enough details so that when this happens again, I will have I won't have to pull out of my ass.
So, Devon will take this back to his domicile and run some tests on it. Detect magic, and then he will consult his arcanology skills. That's most of it, to try and see if it is at all distinguishable from ordinary copper, it being from the elemental plane of Earth.
Well, it is non-magical. It seems to be inert copper. The other thing that you want to do was arcanology check to see what you might know about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Whatever knowledge skills I may have or tests I can devise to compare this to ordinary copper. I may disintegrate a small portion of it into like a copper powdered copper, and run some tests on that. See if it is identical to ordinary copper. Even if non-magical, I feel like there are magical applications to such a thing.
Yes.
Like, this seems like a rare component. Like, even if it's not magical, you could probably make a magical item with it, being that it is copper mined from the elemental plane of Earth.
Yes, that would be considered a rare component, maybe even a wondrous component. So every test that you seem to run seems to come back as this being fairly ordinary copper. It doesn't seem to have any magical properties. It doesn't seem to be any more malleable than pure copper that you might have your hands on. The most distinguishable trait about this copper is its purity. There is, like, in the core sample, rather than like the outside, there are like no pollutants, nothing to dilute the purity of the copper. You might as well call it 100% copper. You could build an economy off this boy.
Sweet. I do also have my daily casting of legend lore. Is there any lore bombs you'd like to drop about the elemental plane of Earth? Or maybe the risks associated with opening up portals to said plane? How exactly are we going to deal with wandering creatures sneaking through? Especially if we're holding it open for more than an instant?
Yeah. Well, I think you will devise that the elemental plane of Earth is the least likely plane for something to come out of, because it would have to be basically at the front of the portal where it opens and then choose to like move from earth to air. Whereas if you're on the plane of fire, air, or water, a large gush of that stuff is going to come out. So you'll have a large volume that is pulled out.
Yeah.
So the elemental plane of earth does feel like the safest one to delve into. As for lore bombs about it, at the moment, it kind of just feels like you're opening a portal somewhere down in the earth below you. It doesn't feel all that fascinating or interesting yet.
Being a student of folklore,
Yes.
and the history of magic,
Yes.
well, I would know this to be untrue, right? The elemental plane of earth is not just below our feet, right? It is in a different. It is a different plane.
Correct.
The elemental planes are
Yeah. So
somewhere else entirely, or is it like, yeah?
the world is made up of the 4 elemental planes, sort of overlaid on each other in a weird, nonsensible yet totally sensible way, where, you know, the ground at your feet is pulled from the elemental plane of earth, but the air above you is pulled from the elemental plane of air. You yourself are a combination of earth, air, water, and fire in different mixtures and forms, and you all arrive from that area. So it's sort of like, in this world, all the planes are stacked on top of each other, and then like some of the plane comes through at different points and mixes about, oddly enough. Did that answer your question, or did that just cause more problems?
No, that's fine. Cool. So, I think we're gonna keep doing this
Yeah?
as Devon tries to devise more efficient ways to pilfer the plane of earth of its valuables. One thing I had considered, so there is like the extensions high level spell, which is kind of rubbish in all honesty.
Oh, the spell that extends the duration by like 33% or something?
50%, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like a 4th level spell. One thing I was wondering about was like a channel type spell that allows you to concentrate on a spell you are casting and extend its duration as you concentrate. The disadvantage of this over extension is that, like, extension, you just cast it, you waste your spell slot, and like that's it. Like, you spend your spell slot and then double the duration. No more wizard attention required.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, what is the cleric spell? Is it chant, or is there?
That's
there's
a cooperative spell.
There are cooperative spells in clerics that let a cleric like channel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it's called, or what I'm thinking of?
Mm-mm. I'm trying to sort through my mind. I should.
Yeah, so extension is a 4th level spell, extends duration by 50%, which is freaking useless, right? What am I going to do with a round and a half of Hold Portal?
Ring of Hands? Ethereal Barrier, Mystic Transfer, Sanctify.
This is like,
Line of Protection,
are
Invisibility
you
Purge.
looking at a list of cooperative spells?
I just searched for cooperative on the pre-spell page.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Uplift, Meld, Thought Wave. We're getting to like level 6 spells now.
I thought there was a really low level one that was useless, except that it seemed to like set a precedent for how to combine. Let's see. Up to 3 to 5 priests combine their abilities so that one casts spells and turns undead at an enhanced level. Lose armor class. Anyone has concentration broken, the spell ends immediately. There's something in the Tome of Magic about cooperative magic, but Regal or Purple Worm doesn't really.
Hmm. Well, we can repeat for effect. How many days would you like to reach into the elemental plane of Earth, or you just want to take it one at a time until you get a result that is intriguing?
Yeah, maybe let's do one at a time until the result is intriguing, and then we can kind of slough this off into the background.
Yeah.
Should I roll another 2d8?
Yes. Please do.
Another 8. Is that another copper vein?
That's another copper vein. Yeah. That's maybe not the most exciting result, but attempt.
Third time's a charm. Womp womp. Are the sweet results? Is that another copper vein?
No, it's iron this time. Pure, unadulterated iron.
I don't even know what that means. Iron oxidizes usually, doesn't it?
You would know
So
more
it's
about
just
this than
like-
I do. You're actually a literal expert on iron. So,
I suppose, yeah.
can you not have Fe chains forever?
Metallic iron does exist, but not really naturally.
What about on the
it's
elemental plane of Earth?
right? You could have like, metallic iron.
Lots of metallic iron. So much of it pre-oxidized. No. I guess it's not pre-oxidized. It's before oxidation, anti-oxidation.
Yeah. However, like typically steel contains carbon, which is stronger than iron.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So you're pulling out some interesting stuff. A little here, a little there. Do you want to go for attempt number 4? See what else is on this table? I mean, you're hitting right around the average point. 2d8 does average to 9.
Yeah. In the core of the Earth, there's probably metallic iron, or like iron nickel.
Yeah. I've always heard it described as iron nickel at the at the core of the core.
Like iron meteorites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, iron meteorites are the main form of metallic iron on the surface.
Is that because there's no oxygen up there for it to form with?
Yeah.
Because iron meteorites would form at the heart of a supernova, or at the heart of a star, and by that point, oxygen would have burned off, or
it's
fused out.
In a star, it's probably going to be plasma.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But then it explodes, and the metal collapses together. I guess there's still some oxygen somewhere. All right, whatever. Give me one more
pure
roll.
iron is pretty exciting. 9. We're just right around these metals.
You get silver this time. Precious metal. And you
Far
have
cry from the gemstones, but
you have but a minute to mine all these things. So you're getting chunks with your fists of stone, your picks and your axes and your giants.
yeah.
So I'm not quite sure how to determine how much you pull out. I
don't think it matters at this point. I think it was more a proof of concept. These will probably just be curiosities strewn about the wizard study.
All right. Well, you've got a few pounds of copper, iron, and silver laying about. After 5 days of experimentation, are you satisfied with these experiments for now, or would you like to delve more?
I think
deeper?
so. I think this is probably to be shelved until we can devise a way to, I guess, like when my apprentice is a higher level and can hold the portal for longer, or I can come up with I guess you'd need to be a higher level to, like, even if I do devise a first level channel spell that lets her channel the duration of a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
That'd still be at least level 2. How do you feel about something like that? Is that too powerful to have like a level 1 spell where you can just like devote your full attention to channeling the duration of a spell?
I feel like that could get out of hand pretty quickly. We probably need to.
Like I feel like in
limit
this case that seems like a fair level 1 ability to be able to like channel, hold the portal open. Like that seems very wizardly to be able to hold the portal open as long as you concentrate on it.
Maybe if it's a first level spell to channel other first level spells and a second level spell to channel other second level spells, I could get behind that. That would either introduce like a new spell per level for wizards, or we'd have to like do a spell point system, something.
Or have it be like 5e, you do like the when this is cast with a second level spell slot.
Right.
XYZ, which is
or maybe have it be backwards compatible. So if you cast the third level channel spell, you can do spells of up to third level, all at the same rate, and that way you can choose when to dip in and take these.
Yeah. You don't need to decide right now, but
I do like the concept.
Right? It seems fine for some spells. I'm trying to think of like what the abuse case might be.
I think the abuse case would be for like instantaneous spells. Like, what if you channel a fireball to keep burning?
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, like, is that permitted? Is that like, do you just say, okay, that you can't channel a fireball, or maybe a fireball bursts again every round?
I think it should be like,
or like an AOE fireball that does damage to everyone who steps within it.
To be conservative, I would say it would have to be a spell that has a duration that is expressed as like function of level. And then you can continue to channel it. I think that's the most conservative take, and also like physical touch with the object.
You could also like push the burden off until future and just have like the results of the spell can be unpredictable and are at the discretion of the DM for certain instantaneous spells. Right. So like, who knows what happens if you try to channel a fireball?
Right.
Maybe they continue to burst uncontrollably within the range of the caster, or maybe it will just create a continuous ball of fire, dealing like an AOE damage to anything that happens to stay there. Or
well, for our particular use here, I already do have a variant hold portal spell that has a duration that can be channeled by the caster indefinitely.
Where is this?
It's just one of the variants of hold portal that I made.
Really? Where can I look at this?
regalgoblins.com/spells.php. It's the abjuration version of hold portal.
Really? Ooh. Let's see. 1 round per level, duration special. Affected door will remain shut unless magically open. Is it reversible?
Yeah, I'm sure you could hold it open. I'm sure you could use it to hold a portal open rather than to hold it closed. That seems fine.
Is this like at all related to our discussions, or does this just randomly happen to be in here?
I built this many months ago.
Well, for sure we want what's her name to research the spell. So I think this is what the apprentice will be inventing the spell or something like that with Devon's guidance.
Okay.
Hold portal came from, I think, Adia's tablets or something like that, which is why I used the original version of it.
Right.
But I think as a result of these researches, this new form of hold portal will be devised at some point.
Excellent.
I think any level character can research spells provided they have the resources. So I think mechanically we'll say like Devon is providing the resources, but this is really the level 1 wizard doing the research with access to my libraries.
That makes sense. I'm on board.
In response to the concentration channeling spell, I mean, I think you could use it in combat. That would be the main drawback of it. Would be like while you are channeling, your AC is like you would get no dex. You would probably get penalty of 4 to AC, or maybe you just like are auto hit.
I think if you're channeling it, you're held. You're as held as the portal is, maybe.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it'd be the kind of thing that you would never want to do, or you do it in combat with like your entire party protecting you.
Yeah. The
I think it's a cool mechanic to maybe explore and flesh out later. But for now, we'll have apprentice research in other hold portal. I think that will require. Is it a week?
I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. But why don't we take our first break here? When we come back, we'll sort out how long it takes and what happens in the process.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. See you guys on the other side of the break. Bye-bye.